Hello and welcome to another update on the Tigard real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group. And this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, September 24th. So going to share my screen with you now, as I always do, and go through the info with you. So first off, we'll look at active listings. This last week, I showed we had 24 new properties come on the market, and you kind of see, on a week by week basis, it's pretty consistent. We had a low of 20 and a high of 36, as well as the total active listing count's been holding pretty steady as well. We had a low of 195, a high of 216. So this last week came in at 203 listings right now in Tigard. Median list price and days on market for the actives, you can see that's been trending up for the most part. We had a low of 700 on a couple occasions. I got up to a high of 750 2 weeks ago. This past week fell back to 725 is the most recent median list price for these 203 homes. And days on market, that's been on the rise as well. It's had a low of 33 days, got up to a high of 44. And this last week ticked down a little bit, down to 40 days. So, a little over, a little over a month, around a month and a half of average market time for the homes that are on the market right now in Tigard. Moving on to the pending sales. So this last week, I show we had 11 pendings, which you can kind of see as a low for the past 8 weeks on a weekly basis here. Total number of pendings has been, fairly steady. Got up to a high of 135. This last week did hit a low of 110. So it's down a bit, but it's holding pretty strong, kind of given the time of year we're at. The median price and days on market for the pendings, it's kind of started off rising, a little under 600,000, got up to 643. And most recent reading is 623,000 for these 110 homes that are in pending status. Days on market, you can kind of see that's been holding very steady here, well over a month now at 37, 38 days. So about 5 weeks of average market time for the homes that have been getting into contract. Most recently in Tigard. And then the last thing we'll look at is sold listing activity. So as of the time I put all this info together, I show we had 22 homes closed last week in Tigard. That's up from the prior couple of weeks, as you can kind of see, but kind of certainly within the range of kind of where it's been. Total, when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week by week basis here, we kind of peaked out here 6 weeks ago at 108 listings had closed over the prior 4 weeks. And that's trended down to this last most recent reading is 83 homes have closed over the prior 4 weeks. Here, this recorded this last week. And then the median price, days on market for the solds, that's been coming down a bit. We had a high at 615 to begin with, got down to a low of 575 a month ago. Most recent 2 weeks here, it's been about 586, 587,000. And then days on market, that has been on the rise as well. That has started off at 13 days. That climbed up to a high of 31 days 2 weeks back. It slipped back a little bit to 27. So just about, roughly about a month of average market time is kind of where the most recent solds they were on the market for before getting into contract. And then the last thing we'll look at is the sale price, the weeks of inventory, and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So the red bars is that weeks of inventory number, kind of a good measurement of relative supply and demand in the market. And we kind of bottomed out here just a little bit above 7 weeks of inventory earlier in the period, about 6 weeks ago. It has been rising a bit from there. Most recent reading was just under about 10 weeks of inventory as of this last week. So, about 2.5 months worth of inventory or so right now in Tigard. The sale price as a percent of the original list price, that has come down a bit. You can kind of see the first month here, we were kind of solidly in the 98s, as I'll call it, about a 2% discount. And then it's come back, and it's now we're kind of, in the 97s, 97.5%. So, about a 2.5% discount or so off of the original asking price is where sellers have been landing in terms of their sale price to list price ratio. So, still paints a picture of a pretty competitive, solid market still, solid sellers market still in Tigard. And rates, interest rates, kind of the same theme. is where we've been. Rates are kind of holding in the mid sevens right now, 7.5% or so for a 30-year fixed rate loan. So that's keeping, certainly buyers in check, but it's also kind of keeping a lot of would-be sellers on the sidelines, just because, a lot of sellers are not excited about giving up their, much more affordable interest rate that they currently have on their home. So as long as this kind of dynamic holds where, interest rates are steady and, the economy continues to chug along, I think we're going to continue to see kind of this, standoff between buyers and sellers. And, it's going to keep, inventory relatively low, and prices are going to be kind of holding firm, I would say. But as we go through fall, we'll see if that holds. So I hope the update was helpful for you as always. If I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. Would love to help you. My phone number and email address are down below the video. So let me know what questions you might have and how I can be of service. Always appreciate any likes, comments, and shares that you have. Your feedback is really helpful, and let me know if this is of value. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, always really encourage you to do that. It's just a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local real estate market. So hope you have a great day and week ahead. Enjoy the rains that have finally arrived, and we will see you on the next update.